I thought I'd do a quick video today on owning ferrets and how misunderstood these animals are. I think lately it bothers me tremendously that pet stores actually sell these animals without giving any knowledge to people who buy these animals at Petco or other pet stores. Ferrets are extremely high maintenance pets. And this video is to go out there to anybody who's looking to buy a ferret that once you get your ferret, you're opening up yourself to a huge responsibility that I did not even know existed until I owned two. I'm down to one now because when I owned two, one of the ferrets I couldn't keep up with because her personality type was very intense for me. Her potty habits were really bad. I couldn't keep up with her, and it got to the point where after COVID ended and I returned to work full time, it was hard for me to maintain having two ferrets. So now I have one. Both ferrets were rescues. I found one of my ferrets, Mojo, in the woods wandering around that someone abandoned him. The second ferret I bought from a homeless woman who was living in a hotel room and could not provide for the ferret any longer. That ferret now has been rehomed at a shelter or a rescue place, she's being taken care of really well now. Now, let me go through how hard it is if you're going to buy a ferret. First off, if you're going to buy a ferret, understand you need a two-tier cage. Bottom cage is their litter area, which right now I'm using newspaper, but you can use puppy pads and you can use pellet litter. Do not use cat litter. You need a two-tier cage similar to a feisty ferret cage or a Critter Nation. These cages are probably the best cages to buy. They are not cheap. They are expensive, okay? You have to give them some good kibble. I use Intune, okay? This is got no artificial colors, flavors, preservatives. Got probiotics, and it doesn't have any fillers in it like peas. Okay, I use newspaper a lot because Mojo likes newspaper. He likes to go poop on newspaper. It's very easy to clean up. All I do is go in there, bundle that up. I have my trash receptacle here. It goes in there. I put down newspaper. It's cheaper than using puppy pads, and puppy pads I need to use throughout the house. You also need some kind of toys for your ferret. This is a dig box I made for him with different toys, okay? So when he's out and about, he has toys, okay? I also bought a little step stool for him so I can open the cage and let him out. Now most important thing to do is when ferrets first wake up, like he is now, he probably is gonna have to go to the bathroom. Normally I would take out the newspaper, but you gotta make sure that they go potty. Go potty. Go potty. Usually when they wake up, that's when they go potty and poop, okay? Now on his upper cage here, he's got lots of little toys, okay? Things that he can crawl into, okay? You can get food bowls that attach to the cage, which I'm probably gonna do in the future. But right now, I use this to put his food in. He doesn't seem to dig it. And also a water bowl is very good to have because supposedly they could chip their teeth if they use a water bottle. I use a water bottle because I'm by myself home. I'm a single homeowner, so when I go to work early in the morning, I don't have time to sometimes replenish his his water every day. Sometimes I work late, so I have to use a water bottle. Unfortunately, he free roams. He does have a fountain that he likes to drink out of, which is right here. Okay, most importantly, the smell. Ferrets will have a smell. No matter what you do, ferrets will smell. No matter what you do. I advise if you want the smell to go down, you have to actually go into their cage and clean all their bedding. At least, I don't know, when it starts to stink, okay? And you have to clean their litter extensively every day. These animals, which people don't seem to understand, are high maintenance animals. I stress that. When you get a ferret, you need to be home every day for your ferret. You have to allow him to be, or allow her to be let out. If you don't let your ferret be let out daily, it's not gonna be a good scene, and it's just cruel to the animal, okay? If you are a type of person that likes to take off on weekends and spend the whole weekend gallivanting on vacation and going places and not being home, ferrets are a terrible pet for you. When I do let him out, but finding leashes for these animals is really hard. This pink one is the only one that fits him. Petco does supply a better leash, a better harness and leash situation, but it doesn't fit. This is the one I got at Petco. It slides off. It does not fit him. So if you're gonna travel with your ferret, buy a pet carrier like this, okay? But even so, when you have a pet carrier like this, once the ferret gets in here, it's gonna wanna dig, okay? And once it digs, a lot of times they'll bring up a lot of, I actually had to repair this because when I'm in the car, Mojo wants out, he'll scratch the whole entire foam up and floor up of my cat carrier. They will not like to be stuck in here for long periods of time. This is just a transport case. But if you leave him alone in here, he'll tear the whole thing apart, okay? Okay, Mojo, you didn't go to the bathroom. So he didn't go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna let him out anyway. Now, he has free roam over my living room area, okay? But the problem being is that if you have wood floors in your house or carpets, they will go to the bathroom. They will go to the bathroom in your house. And they will ruin your floors if you allow them to. You could try these, but a lot of times these things don't work. He doesn't like this. So what I have to do is I have to put puppy pads over in the corners of rooms. This is the biggest problem of why people will get rid of ferrets, is because of this exact reason. Ferrets will ruin your hardwood floors or your floors because they will find an area and they will go over to it and poop in it, okay, and pee in it, and that's just what they do. Sometimes they won't do it, sometimes they'll do it somewhere else. Now, I have to make sure that after I move this, because he doesn't like to use this, I have to put a puppy pad here. No matter what, this will be the biggest struggle for your ferret, is getting them to use the potty and litter. If you're going to let your ferret free roam, you have to put down puppy pads. I would highly suggest buying these. I know they're not cheap, but unless you want your floors not to be ruined, you're gonna definitely have to put puppy pads down. And if you put puppy pads down, you have to put them up like a corner, like this. Also, use a baby gate. If you don't want them in, here, he dragged this over here. They like packaging material and things that are like packaging material. See? These guys are great pets, but they take a lot of work, and there's no one set thing that works for everything. So if you don't want him in a room, put a baby gate up. He'll scratch sometimes at this. He'll want to go on the other side. I have to pick him up, put him back in the living room. Set boundaries for your ferrets. And this is a perfect example. I also had to put duct tape over the baby gate because he can climb through the spaces. And this is what they'll do. Okay, these animals want to have free reign. Now, there's a lot of people online that do have gates around their cage where they have a little play area for their ferret. You can put a play area in the kitchen, put all the balls and toys in there and allow them to play and then put them back in the cage. That's something people do. I just went grocery shopping. But if you free roam your ferrets, know that this is what they're gonna do. So knowing that you will have to buy a cage like this, which is the cheaper cage, knowing that you'll have to buy toys, I have tubes over there on the other side, and knowing that you're gonna have to clean the litter every day, Get a trash bag, transport that litter, clean that every day. Every day. Well, not even every day. I do this like 3 or 4 times a day. Okay? Knowing that they're gonna need lots of toys and hammocks, they're gonna need a water supply, they're gonna need food, they're gonna need the right food, which is not cheap. This food is not cheap. They can't eat cat food, they have to eat this. Or you have to feed them a raw diet, which is a whole nother thing. They're great pets. I love him to death. But even an experienced ferret owner who has a full-time job, who lives alone, will struggle. And I'm hoping that I can keep Mojo as long as I can because I love him to death. And it really upsets me when I have to go online and go on these Facebook forums and see how many people who are rehoming their ferrets, how many ferrets are being abandoned daily out in the wild because people cannot take care of them. It's sad. I love my pet ferret. I mean, look at him. Mojo's awesome. But here's the thing. These animals require a lot of work. When you pick them up at Petco and you buy them for your child, know that you're not buying an animal that's like a rat or a guinea pig. You're not buying an animal that is easy to take care of. And again, I don't know what I could do or say, but I wish pet stores would stop selling them. They're amazing animals, but unfortunately, people don't know enough about them and they get a bad rap. So that's my ferret video. Being a ferret owner now for over a year. I acquired my ferrets through COVID. I was working from home. I had a lot more time being home for them. It saddened me that I had to get rid of one of them when I returned back to work full time. And now I only have one, and I can only imagine how many ferrets have been suffering because, again, I brought this up, the owners just didn't know what was involved in taking care of them. And it saddens me sometimes when I watch videos online of people who just got their ferrets, put them in tiny little cages, and treat them like a mouse or a rodent. And I don't understand why pet stores sell these animals. It makes me sick to think about because they need so much care and love. And if you're up to doing this, they will show you an amazing love from an animal. But if you can't put the commitment in, these animals will suffer. So I hope this video is informative. Again, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Also, if you are gonna buy a cage, some of the cages don't have flooring. You might have to buy different things to put on the floors of the cage because ferrets, again, cannot walk on just a grid or a cage floor. Do your research, watch this video, learn what I learned. And maybe videos like this will be out again on tips and tricks on how to take care of your ferret.